lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennial.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the set. Chopper.
Throwing on first down. Love. And this one complete to Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That kick return falls 1 yard short of the all-time mark as it goes down as a 108-yard return. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 82 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
We go! 50, plant! Shoot! Check 3! General West! Say! They go!
They'll run on first down. Swift, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo.
Back to throw. Sanderson almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Ready? Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Check that. Here we go. 90 Wolf. Hey, Delta. Right. Watch tight end. 3 down. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. You ain't got nothing. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down. Sanderson. And that's caught by Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sanderson. He's got Smith here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Greystone travel.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Check Nick. Blue draw quarters. He's coming. Hey, lock it. He's coming. Double up. Get it.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
Let's go. 10 logo. Target. Hey, wahoo! choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Big grip. Big grip.
On third down, Sanderson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defense. Right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
It's fourth down. Woo! Let's get it.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Hey, Echo. Mike 52. Mike 52. I got one. Where's 52? Watch 52. Ready.
On fourth down, Sanderson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Brian Burns. And the Panthers will get the football back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Love. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Love. It's caught. Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw again. Love. Complete. Smith has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try to run this one in, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That's it, baby. You got one.
At their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Second and 11. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and goal, Carolina.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They'll run here on third and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Check 13. Check 13. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
To throw on second down, Sanderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get over overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mark 52, Mark 52. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Throwing again. Sanderson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Rock it. Slam. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sanderson. He's got a man. Complete. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
Now, that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. On 1st down, Sanderson over the middle to Smith. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And an alley to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Sanderson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. A nice little juke. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's crashing.
X3, 218, chopper. Gone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Brushing off defenders. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Love. The open man is Smith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Now they try the right side here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Vincent Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Sanderson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Again, it's Kamara.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
5-2 is the Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Rabbit. Check 52's the Mike. Check 52.
Hey, Zoo. We own it. We get it.
Looking to throw. Sanderson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Protein spill. Hey, exit.
52's the Mike right here, over there, right? 52's the Mike.
Check Mike. Be trip.
On fourth down, Sanderson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. The 30, past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
On third down, Sanderson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Luke Kuechly coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hey, Echo. Bam. Check 24. Now. Hey, Mike 52.
On fourth down, Sanderson. And he's going to go down again. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we can see this thing pile up as we go on.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Just like that. 58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. On fourth down, Love. Open man is Samuel, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Go, now.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 4-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
Hey, switch gears.
Now a handoff here to his running back. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. Right at the... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Looking to throw. Love taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now.
There he goes, right side. The 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. To throw on third down. Love taking a shot. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual
it.
Guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Hey, Haywood! Rock it!
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Ready?
Looking to throw on second down. Sanderson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
58, come on. Y'all not ready. Bravo!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check 24, check 24.
Second and long. And the pressure gets to him again. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, turn it up. Under 10, 10. 47, on. Check 49. Check Delta.
Back to throw. Love looking here for Smith down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.